Many people avoid shopping malls and concerts without realizing their discomfort reveals deep psychological patterns about how their brain processes the world. If you instinctively avoid crowded spaces, you're not alone, and you're not being difficult. Research in environmental psychology shows that our response to crowds is hardwired into our nervous system, influenced by everything from sensory processing to past experiences. Here's what your aversion to crowded places really means. 1. Your nervous system is highly sensitive. Some people are born with a more reactive nervous system. Their brains process sensory information, sounds, lights, movement, more deeply than others, a trait psychologists call sensory processing sensitivity. In crowds, this means their system gets overwhelmed faster, triggering a fight-or-flight response that feels like anxiety or irritation. 2. You have a lower threshold for stimulation. Psychologist Hans Eysenck discovered that introverts have naturally higher baseline arousal in their brains. This means they need less external stimulation to feel full, so crowded environments quickly push them into overstimulation. While extroverts seek crowds to reach their optimal arousal level, you're already there, and crowds push you over the edge. 3. You're protecting your personal space bubble. Anthropologist Edward Hall identified that humans carry invisible boundaries around their bodies, with personal space extending about 1.5 to 4 feet. When crowds violate this zone repeatedly, your amygdala, the brain's threat detector, interprets it as a boundary violation. Your discomfort isn't irrational. It's your brain recognizing that your physical autonomy is being compromised. 4. You process threats differently. People who dislike crowds often have what psychologists call a prevention-focused mindset. Your brain naturally scans for potential problems, getting separated from friends, being trapped in emergencies, catching illnesses. Research shows this isn't paranoia, but a legitimate cognitive style, where your mind prioritizes safety and caution over excitement and novelty. 5. You experience something that rewired your response. Past negative experiences in crowds, panic attacks, getting lost as a child, witnessing violence, can create lasting associations. Your brain's hippocampus stores these emotional memories, and when you enter similar situations, it triggers the same defensive response. This is classical conditioning at work, and it doesn't require a diagnosed phobia to be powerful. 6. You value autonomy and control. Psychological research on locus of control shows that some people have a stronger need to feel in command of their environment. Crowds inherently limit your choices. Where you walk, how fast you move, when you leave. For those with a high need for control, this restriction feels genuinely threatening, activating stress responses that others might not experience. 7. Your social battery drains faster. Crowds require constant micro-decisions. Where to look, how to navigate, whether to acknowledge others. For people with limited social energy, these thousands of tiny interactions are exhausting. Neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman's research shows that social cognition uses significant mental resources, and in crowds, you're burning through yours at an unsustainable rate. This doesn't replace a professional diagnosis, but it helps to better understand why crowded places feel intolerable for some people. Your aversion isn't a weakness or social deficiency. It's a legitimate psychological response shaped by your neurology, personality, and life experiences. Recognizing this can help you advocate for your needs without guilt and find environments where you genuinely thrive. If this resonated with you, hit the subscribe button